Hopefully we are live. Welcome. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps on YouTube and Facebook. And if you're just joining in, um, hopefully we can get this going and stay going today. I've been having some issues because we've been doing some updates and things to try to get going on YouTube a little bit better and changing out computers and things like that. It's a lot harder than you think it's going to be, that's for sure. So 3 tries. Hopefully, if you are interested in seeing more of my other videos, just go ahead and make a comment and let me know that you are interested in that. But so today is summer celebration, I don't know. It's the summer celebration launch today. So if you need a link to go shopping for the new things, everything was launched today. Most things are it looks to me like most things are out there. So if you're wanting to get some things for the new summer, we've got 4th of July. We've got some new tiered tray cherry items. A birdhouse, a 3D birdhouse that you get all the pieces and you can chalk them. And it's a kit, chalk made kit all together. And then you put the pieces together, but it's erasable. So you could change it out for seasons. I think that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to get mine. I put my order in. So if you would like a link to go shopping and help out my small business, I greatly appreciate that a ton. So with that, actually, I was talking to one of my downline designers today or this week, and she was just getting started with her chalk-in stuff. And she and a friend were getting together and doing some chalk-in together, and they got themselves in a little trouble. I mean, if you've been watching me any little bit these days, you know I get myself in a lot of hot messes right here in front of you live. So if it happens to me, crafting forever and ever, amen. I've been chalk couture for a very long time. And so if it happens to me, it can happen to anybody, really. So I thought I would show you how to fix a problem that's pretty common sometimes with, especially new. But hey, look, I just made this last week, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago. And do you see how the I and the S are not? Let's see if we can get that up there. I guess I don't have any lights here. Maybe this will help. I don't know. I'm trying to get you some light. Do you see how the I and the S are not very dark? Not my favorite thing. So I'm going to show you how I will be fixing this. I think pretty much everything but the one, well, I guess the bait. The whole thing probably could use, the rules definitely is light. So anyway, this was a surface that I found at a craft store. Sorry. That run in, it almost did me in. Anyway, I found it at a craft store. I went ahead and stained the background with bark, and then I used some of our surface wax before I put the fishing rules on here. And unfortunately, the white paste that I used was kind of on the dry. Two things can happen to make this happen on your things, on your chalking. The first one is that your chalk is too dry. And I knew my chalk was getting near the end and getting a little on the dry side. So that was number one, what happened to my little my letters, I think. And so then, and the second thing that can happen if you see this happen on your items, is that your chalk paste dries in the transfer before you peel it off. So a couple of things you can do if you notice that it's drying, just peel it and reveal it and then put it back down gently. Don't smear it around. And that will keep it from sticking to the transfer when you peel, if you just kind of frequently peel it as you go along. And I kind of, when I was doing this, if you want to watch the other video, I was kind of saying, oh, I should really peel it, but I'm just going to go real fast, was kind of what I was saying. So those are the two reasons. One, you have too dry of chalk paste, or two, it dries in your transfer and then sticks there. So I want to show you how great our transfers are. Number one, our transfers are silk transfers. So even though, like, you can see the white in there, that actually has fabric in there, silk fabric. So that is the nice feature about it. And I'm just going to peel this off the backing here and try to, we can see through this pretty good, and try to put this back on over my sign in the exact spot. That's the great thing about it, is that you can put it back on and redo it. You don't have to like, like, oh, that was it. It was a one time and we're done. We can reuse these transfers 8 to 12 times. And trust me, when you do something like this and kind of mess it up, you will find that this is like one of the best things that you can do, is just go back and fix it. So that's what we're going to do. The other thing you could do to make it kind of mass is I'm going to try to do the white paste today. But you could also do a different color and just a little bit staggered so that your lettering is just a little off. It'll look 3D when you do it that way. Okay, well, that wasn't the correct one. So I just love our transfers. If you are looking for a fun, easy beginning project to do, if you've never used Chalk Couture, put kit down below, and we have a monthly kit that's around, I think, $25 to $28 every month, and it changes out according to season. And this month it's actually a mother's inspired one. So let me know. You could just put kit down below and I will help you with that. Here we go. Of course, it's in the last one. My bright white paste. My paste is getting down to the bottom, so sometimes it does get a little bit dried out, and that's exactly what happened when I was doing this one the first time, and so it dried too fast, and I was not being very patient and pulling it up, peeling to reveal it as I went. I just went ahead and, did it all and didn't really pay very close attention. But what I did before I shut my bright white paste was I added some water on top of it so that it would loosen up my paste a little bit and make it a little bit more fluid. So you want it to be yogurt consistency, kind of like a yogurt, right? Like you want your, not this one, but you want your squeegee. This is one of our tools. You want your squeegee to like kind of stand up in it. And like you can see, look, I'm way down to the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. See how down to the bottom it is? You can even see right through the bottom. So, and our paste lasts a really long, long time. So it's not like you use a ton of paste. So when things like this happen, you can just go back and fix it. So I'm going to start here down at the bottom line, and I could see a couple of spots where it just didn't take as well as I would like it to. And even though like I could leave it with little splotches out of it, because it does have sort of a country look by having spots in it, like a rustic look to it already. I want it to look exactly like the transfer should look. So I'm just going to peel this back a little. Oh yeah. And I can see now that looks a lot better, but also my white is a little more fluid too. So you can see it's a little bit, a little bit movie on it. I don't know how you say it. It kind of went through in a couple of places. So I'm going to get this. So I just peeled it back because I want to give this a little chance to dry. And I think I'm going to do a little fixing on it. This is another fixing technique, and that is that you can use one of our tools. See, that has kind of a pointed end, and I did use that in some hot glue. So if you're coming on, make sure that you say hello and help me out by sharing it out to your friends or your crafty friends. And I'm just going to see if I can kind of nudge in a little bit of this E so that it looks normal while it's still wet. And I just nudge the paste towards it. So and actually the other thing I talked about when I did this originally was that this surface, I've had problems with this before. It's kind of a cheap wood. It's not a high quality surface. I find that our own, who's honking? Our own surfaces, the Chalk Couture surfaces, are definitely well worth it, and they're not even that much expensive. So I'm just taking a little bit of this off of the tea just so it doesn't look so smeary. So you can go back and get it off if you get it a little bit wet, like you can use a Q-tip and a little bit of DNA to get it wet. Serious. Quit honking. It's my neighbors. Crazy kids. Crazy kids. All right, so I'm going to just do, I can see where my fish is not as clear as I would like it to be down here. So this says fishing rules. Number 1, bait your own hook. So true. Do you guys like to go fishing? What kind of fish is your favorite kind of fishing? We enjoy fishing here. And then I'm going to do this T up here in the 1, I think, as well. So we're going to try to just go in one way because it seems to be a little bit on the thin side. So it is kind of getting smeary. We'll check and see how this is. We can always lay it down to refix it. The other thing that you can do to try to refix it, especially on wood, I'm like covered already. See, it's a hot mess. It's just a hot mess all the time around here. To get, oh, it is really smeary. It's going underneath. Do you see it? Sorry, it's upside down. We are. You could go back and just try to completely wash it off, but some pigments are going to definitely stain, right? They're just going to stain. It's just the nature of wood. It's absorbent. So you may try to, wipe the whole thing off and start over if you want. Or the other thing you could do is sand it and repaint the surface. Those are just some of my tips. But today we're just going to try to fix this. And, worst case scenario, I'm going to sand it all off. that's my worst case scenario. Hopefully it won't come to that. But, I think so far we're doing all right. You could also take one of our chalk suede papers. Like I made this little fish to go at the top out of chalk suede paper so I can make it more lifted up in 3D. So it would give it a little more dimension. And I'm just going in with a wet wipe and pushing it towards the letter, trying to get it to just kind of go in. Sometimes it behaves itself and goes in the right place. Boy, that F just did not go good. I would say my white is a little too thick or a little too watery because I put water in and, it's just not done enough. So I'm leaving it open while we're chatting here and hopefully it will dry up. I'll give it another mix and see if we can't get it to go in a little bit, get it a little bit drier. The only way to get it drier is to just go ahead and leave the lid off of it. But, nothing is ever perfect in life. You want it, a little rustic, little country. I don't know. They used to call it country. Now I guess they call it farmhouse. So I'd love to hear if any of you are also, let's see, fishermen, fisherwomen. Do you like to go fishing? I was going to try to mix this up a little bit, and I've got a good chunk of my hair in there. So hopefully y'all are having a good week. I hope you all have better weather. We are headed to Pocatello to see my son at ISU. He has a band concert on Saturday evening. It takes us 9 hours to get there from here, and we're taking his vehicle back. So we're taking 2 trucks. I'm not looking forward to that very much because I don't know. I guess I really didn't say, but I was feeling very anemic a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And so I asked for a test and my iron came back super low to the point where they were talking about doing an iron transfusion. Well, I went in, my blood pressure was up. So then I ended up, kind of triggering a whole different visit than I was planning. I was hoping to get the iron thing taken care of because I'm so tired and have a lot of side effects of not having enough iron. Like my eyes are twitching and my hair is falling out. It's really, really fun stuff. But anyway, I'm tired. I'm just tired. And I ultimately did not get any sort of help with the iron because my blood pressure was worse. So I did see the cardiologist. Supposed to lose weight, but how do you lose weight and go he was like exercise and no salt, that's what he said. And I was like, I'm so exhausted, really. Like, I'm just using our mini squeegee now because the rules was pretty bad. And again, I'm going to be much more patient than I was the first time and go ahead and lift this right away and not wait, right? Maybe I should not lift it. Oh, that looks so much better. Do you remember how that was? I'm sorry, it's upside down because I'm kind of looking at it, but it's so much better. Yay! We did it. And because I'm using the same color again, it's really gonna, it's just gonna come out the same. I see some. All right. So anyway, I called yesterday again because again, I just never, when I saw the cardiologist last Friday, he's like, I don't really deal with iron. So, okay. So I got all that taken care of. And I know it's like serious, but you have to go see a cardiologist. But I'm telling you, I am so tired. I cannot exercise. I'm just tired. I could barely do this. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Bear with me if I'm like, that's the other thing. I am struggling with memory and just, I feel like all the time, so tired. I want to shut my eye, like so tired. I can't stay awake. But then when I lay down, I can't sleep either. It's just kind of a dilemma. Like, I guess I wouldn't mind it so much if I could just go lay down and rest and feel better, but I don't. Hopefully this doesn't smear. I can kind of see where the transfer is coming up. It's not sticking the best. So hopefully we're doing okay. And we want to work, because this is chalk, we don't want it to dry again in the transfer like it did last time. So we want to work somewhat swiftly. I'm just going to do the whole, I'm just trying to hold it in place. Usually it sticks really nicely. This is an older transfer. It is not available. So I apologize for that end of it. But I originally was making this, I was trying to make this in the middle of all my health problems for a donation for one of those, raffle type of things, fundraisers for a friend of ours in Wisconsin, and just didn't get it done. So I donated money, right? Like, oh, it's just one of those things. All right, so I'm going to get the chalk off my fingers and get this peeled off, and hopefully we've done good here. We done good. Yeah, that eye is still not showing up like I would like it to. I am going to put it back down and try to fix it a little bit more. I'm just being actually, it looks fine the way it is, but I am being sort of a perfectionist. So there is that. I'm just going to dig in a little, like I said. And of course, I'm not going to open up a new chalk paste just, to fix this. It's dumb, right? I could. Because oops, that actually, I don't know. I think it's going to be okay. All right, so I'm going to stick this back on the backing. Make sure when you take your backing off that you mark your backing. The new transfers are a little bit more difficult as far as backing goes, to tell which side is which on the backing piece. And we're just going to take this inside in the sink and wash it off, but I will hold this up so you can see that I think I improved it. You definitely can see it. It looks a little rustic on that fishing. Let's see if we can get it held up there. There it is. I could see that it takes a minute for that new camera to tell. So there it is. You know, the eye isn't exactly like I like it, but it does. I think if you didn't know that I messed up that eye, that you would think so. You wouldn't even know. All right, so a few things that I did also find. So, like I said, I am going to put this on here kind of in a raised up fashion. I hadn't stuck it down because I didn't want to actually I could use some Jenga pieces, to be honest. Let's see. You can see I'm in my coat. It's cold. Try not to knock down the world on my head here. I'm thinking about putting this. Wouldn't that be cute? Then it'll really lift it off here, I think. Let's put it on like that. Do you see that? How lifted up that is? So I've got, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna get that glued down. I guess I forgot, I didn't bring my glue gun out either because it's so cold. So cold. I don't want the glue gun to die on me. It's not good for batteries. Anyway, I found this little fish, and I thought that this might be kind of a cute little. Actually, I was thinking more like, I don't know, something. We'll see. I was thinking it might be kind of cute to use this little fish, but I am seeing that this little fish is kind of a backwards from what we've got here. Maybe it'll work. Does it matter if he's upside down or right side up? I don't know. I don't know. I think it might not matter. And actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and just paint this first. And I might use one of those colors that I used on that raised fish to do that. So I really like this color, but also this was the other color we used. I think I might use, I think this is what I used. Whoop. Tide. Oh, I don't think I used Tide, actually. I think I'll use Tide, though. So we're just going to use a brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it right in this lid. Put a little, our chalks are water-based. Don't forget, if you go on, because we did have our summer, all the summer launch, we're actually going to have another launch next Thursday as well. So that's pretty exciting. But I'm just putting some water right into the lid. Our chalks are water-based, but don't forget that our chalk of the month, Duchess, which is kind of like a light blue color, is still available. So when you purchase $75 or more, you can get that Duchess. You can purchase it. It's exclusive color of the month. It won't be available very long, so get yours right away. Also, if there's something that you see that launches and you really, really love it, be sure to go ahead and get it because it's not all going to last forever. All right, we're just kind of painting that. Is that pretty? So pretty. This is Tide that I'm using. I actually think I used one of the do you see that right there? That is the color I used, and it's more of a shimmer, but I'm just going ahead and putting this on here. And then the other thing I thought would be kind of pretty to go with this is one of these tags. I've got these metal tags and this copper. Isn't that beautiful? These are from, the Dollar Tree, the dollar something tree, the dollar lot of something tree these days, because they're not Keeping prices. I know everything's going up. Everything's more expensive, but there we go. And there was 2 of these in here. They're kind of a nice big tag, but I thought it was kind of pretty. Kind of pretty. It was actually. Do I have? I didn't know if I had. There's a new one that would be perfect for this. A new mini that just came out today, and it's got a little bobber on it. And I can't even remember what it says, but it would be absolutely perfect for this fishing theme. So check out those minis, because there are some summertime minis that just came out today. And I am struggling to find. Let's see, maybe I can find one. I thought I. Spread Joy, that must be not outdoor. So I kind of have like some camping ones in here. That might be more Christmas, I don't know. Happy Camper, Explore More. Just trying to decide. Happy Camper. And So the Adventure Begins, maybe would be a good one. Wander. Could put Adventure Waits. That's kind of a good one. Outside, On the Road, Go Wild, Mountain Magic. These are all old minis. I just love minis. They're so fun. You can put them on your mugs. You can put it on little bags, on little tags. I think that's going to be. I'm going to do Adventure Awaits, I think. And I was thinking about doing black. Let's see if we'll do some black here. I might even. All right. Oh, you know, when I brought on, I didn't even think about my my regular paints. Oh, good one, huh? Let's see if we can get this one out of the way a little bit. I'm always a hot mess, you guys. It unfolds right before your very eyes. Let's see. I don't know. My black velvet's almost out. I did order some today. Woohoo! I can't wait till it comes in. And this is really dried out. So we are not reviving this today, but I am going to put some water in it, and then hopefully it will work on it over the weekend so I can have some paste out of there next weekend. But I guess I am going to have to use I'm going to use some black velvet. I know I have another bottle of it, but who knows where it went. Oh, and that one's open. I'm like, oh, and that one's not even open, but it is. I accidentally opened a second one, even though I didn't need it. So I'm just going to put that in the garbage really good so we don't make a mess. All right. So I am ready for regular fishing. Right now it feels like winter fishing is the thing. Ice fishing, it's not. The ice is not safe right now, so there's that. I'm just going to put this on the bottom section here, and I probably should fuzz it a little bit. We have a fuzzing cloth, but your shirt can work just as well, or a nice clean towel. We'll see how this goes. Put this on here. I'm happy that I got, and this is a little bumpy, so you just want to, you know, this is a nice thing about it being like a fabric transfer, is that you can just get it to bend on there. You just want to make sure you have no bubbles. We're going to do our best to get it in there, get it on there. Hopefully we won't smear it, but because it's metal, it's going to be really easy to clean up. It's not porous like wood is. So if I make a mistake, it's okay. See, I was kind of thinking that it would be fun to do like a little bobber type of thing, like with a couple of little fishing lures hanging off with this tag, like a fishing thing. All right, not too bad. You see it? Adventure awaits. It's kind of cute. And we're going to set that aside and watch that in the sink with our board eraser. Just water and board eraser right away because you don't want to have it dry up in there too hard. And then, I probably should use that. I was thinking about using this fish right here on it. We'll set this aside to dry. The other thing about doing metal or even glass is you can scrape it off pretty easily. Oh, this is still wet. All right, we're going to get this dried off. Oh, the other thing I thought I could do on there was one of these, this one. So I'm going to do that too. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Make sure that you help me out by chatting with me. Let me know what you think, any ideas you have. What's the weather like? I am excited if you are having some really nice weather. Because I need some nice weather, some nice sunny weather. You can actually see this drying. It was pretty wet yet. I could also, to seal the wood, I could put some of our surface wax on there, but I think I'm just going to skip that right now. I may regret. Sometimes I try things out and it doesn't always work out. So we'll see. I am doing this upside down. I'm going to try to, I just want to put something, a little bit of texture and stuff on here. I don't know. Don't totally know if this will work out, but we're going to try it. It's not the same shape. So that's the issue. I think I'm going to use the, can't get it open. This is my favorite color that just came out this spring was eggshell blue. I highly recommend. One of my favorites. All-time favorites. And that's saying a lot, right? Okay. Here we go. And of course, I could see it went down into the eye. Kind of heavy there, but we're just going to go quickly over this. We're just trying to get it to look a little bit like a fish, like a little texture to the fish. I had thought about using any of our patterns and things with it too. You could do that and just, put a kind of a pattern on it. But I had this little thing. It was on clearance, at the end of summer last year. So I just picked it up and thought it might be usable on something. I also knew I had this transfer. So I think that's what I was thinking. Was that it would go nicely with this transfer. I wasn't thinking it would go with, that the fish would match exactly, but I think, we'll try it. We're trying something new. Sometimes we just need to live on the edge, right? All right. And I just left it right on the backing there. Not too bad, actually. Kind of gave it a little, so here's I actually kind of like it. The right side up of the fish. Isn't that cute? Very cute. Let's see. I don't know where the right place is. Trying to find it. I apologize. I think it turned out pretty cute. It's not exactly what's here, but it works, right? All right, we're going to dry this one. The adventure awaits. The little arrow on it. I want to make sure it's nice, good and dry because I want to put this little thing on there with it. Lure. It's called a lure. I know my fishing terms. I've only been fishing since I was really little, so I should know my fishing terms, right? All right, so I'm going to do the same thing, and that was a little goobery under there. Try to get this on the top portion without messing it up. Sticking the tongue out helps. I'm just saying. Oh, sometimes the best way to get it where you want it is by holding it up to the light. So we're gonna, sorry, I'm like looking the wrong way here. There's the awaits. Okay. I just want it to be centered, and we're going to put it down really good and firm. And like I said, the metal is going to be easy to just scrape it off if I don't like it, or wash it off. Super easy. And I'm going to go ahead and actually do an ombre effect on this. So you're getting all the skills today. I'm just going to go ahead and put the a little bit of extra along the edges here, along the top edge here, because I want to be able to ombre it. And I'm going to shut this robin's egg blue. And then I'm going to go back to this Tide. And we're going to use, oh, what have my Tide? Nope, that's black. Guess I didn't use a squeegee for the Tide yet. I don't know what I used. What did I use? All right, so we're going to do the Tide on the top portion. And then I'm going to squoosh it. Hopefully that didn't go under. It's because I've got that fish on the top. It's not really cooperating very good. Okay, so I'm leaving a little bit of extra in between because I don't want it to dry, but these are pretty new chalks. That one's pretty wet, in fact. Oh, I know. I used it with the brush, didn't I? That's why. And now I have water all over me. Teal water, Tide water. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get my finger a little bit wet and go across this middle part and rub it in so it kind of blends it together. So it's an ombre effect. And see, it's all color fun. And we're going to peel to reveal and see if it worked. Yay! Oh my goodness, you guys. So cute. So cute. I love it. I know this is kind of shiny, so you can see it. Just going to move it along here. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm so excited about that. So those will be accessories that I'm going to add on to this picture that we fixed up today. I have the fish on there, and then we've got this cute little tag that somehow I'll adhere that on there. And like I said, I was thinking about putting this other fish as well somehow, like maybe making like a, you know, a dangly thing with a bobber and maybe a real hook or two. Hopefully, maybe. So that was kind of my thought process with it. Let me know what you think. Maybe you have some better ideas than I do. There's all kinds of things you could do with this, but I think it turned out pretty cute, don't you think? Hello.
Hi. That's pretty.
You like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm headed to soccer.
All right. Are you going to come back early? Why don't you just come back at like 5:45? Just stay for 45 minutes, and then you can come back, get ready, and go.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Yep. Love you too. Thursday is the new Friday in our town because Fridays the kids don't have school. So now they put the school dances on Thursday night. Isn't that crazy? So that's what she has soccer practice first. So in soccer practice overlaps with the dance, and she wants to go to the dance. So she didn't want to go to soccer. Anyway, so that was my suggestion. Go for 45 minutes to soccer practice. Thankfully, it's in our backyard practically. We have a park in our backyard. And that's where they practice, and she can go to the practice for 45 minutes and then come back, get ready for the dance. Maybe, hopefully, talk her into a shower because she's stinky after soccer. Soccer is hard work. All right, so I'm just going to take these to the sink inside and watch them. I hope you all have enjoyed and learned a little bit today about fixing it, fixing problems that come up. You know, it happens. Whatever. We all have, boo-boos or whatever. It just happens. I could also just kind of put these randomly on just on the frame too. We'll see. I haven't totally decided what to do with this, but at least we got well started and I fixed those lettering. So I will have this ready. If this is something that you would like to purchase from me, it is up for sale. Like I said, my raffle thing is all said and gone. So I appreciate y'all coming here. I hope you have a very blessed evening and weekend. Stay tuned. I'll be probably sharing some of my adventures with the fam at ISU this weekend, watching the boy play his trumpet. So exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing what all you guys are crafting. So share with me, share it in my VIP group, Prairie Scraps Chalkin', and keep on chalking. Keep on crafting too. Oops. Finish.